In my minimalism break, I bought stuff and I showed it off, and I genuinely thought people were gonna like celebrate me. Hey there, my handsome and pretty little Cobras, and welcome back to the Cobras dance. For those of you who are new, my name is Mignon Cobra and I make minimalism videos. So I just wanted to have a little quick chit chat, kind of update you guys on where I am in my minimalism journey. I haven't done one of these updates since the summer, so it has been quite a few months. So I was like, you know what, let's just do an update because my channel is a minimalism channel, and I don't know if you guys have noticed, I haven't really been active on social media because, well, I have a job now. I live in the real world now. But yeah, I was like, you know what, let's have a little coffee, let's have a little tea. Yeah, have a tea, have a little chat, and just kind of let you guys know where I'm at, because yeah, it's been, geez, 11 years of minimalism. I even got that update on my YouTube saying that, like, yeah, on my YouTube saying like, yay, it's your anniversary, and it's like, I have not clocked in 7 years on YouTube, and it's like, what? But anyway, let's get on with this little chatty video. So the first thing I want to talk about, where am I in my minimalism journey? So a lot has definitely changed since I first started. I was definitely a big proponent for extreme minimalism when I first started. I was definitely like very core minimalism when I first started my channel. I wholeheartedly believed in all of the theories of minimalism. I applied as many as I could, and I guess throughout that journey, I kind of decluttered my own minimalism as I went, especially in recent years. In 2022, I started really questioning minimalism and like, what does it mean for me? Is it something I even want to like do? So I took a really long minimalism break. For those of you who've been on my channel for a while, yeah, you guys know I took a minimalism break, an entire year that spilled into a year and a half. Like, I took a year and a half off, and it was great. It let me kind of explore being a normal person, shopping, buying, replenishing, all that good stuff without any guilt or any judgment, and I documented it on my channel. But anyway, yeah, since then, like, what's been good? Yeah, 2023 was like a year of abundance, so this is 2024, and I've kind of settled back into my old self, if that makes any sense. It's almost like it kind of matches with my hair. My minimalism break, I even like dyed my hair, but like since my like roots have definitely grown out to this ombre, I've kind of come back to, metaphorically speaking, my roots. There's a couple pieces and things of minimalism that I'm definitely like implementing back into my life. Like, one, I kind of realized I'm not really crazy about the clutter. As somebody who had been an extreme minimalist for an entire decade, I can't say I was really fond of that much clutter. Like, at first it was novel and it was fun and it was giving abundance, but then somewhere along the line, cleaning became so tedious, and I found myself working out less just to like clean and maintain my stuff, do laundry, vacuum. And I was like, at first it felt fun because I really did need a break from working out, and then somewhere along the lines I was like, this is not really the vibe. It's not the kind of lifestyle I want to sustain, constantly taking care of my material possessions. I don't know, it just didn't really, it stopped being fun and it became unfulfilling. The second point is, I found myself craving empty spaces. I really did miss the cleanliness and the unclutteredness that minimalism had been. Obviously, I wouldn't trade in for the world the abundance that I experienced. But actually, that brings me to the other point. One of the things that I actually really did enjoy in hindsight, or in flip side, is that in the opposite spectrum, it was so nice to have like new stuff in my life. It felt really nice to have a lot of PR packages. It felt really nice to be able to like do the one in, one out rule, where I like brought in new stuff so I could finally like declutter. It felt really nice to not be afraid that like if I didn't want something in my life, or you know, a purchasing mistake or just some object just wasn't serving me anymore, I like had freedom to like declutter and let it go and not be afraid that I couldn't replenish it because like I finally had the financial means to do so, or even the permission to shop. Oh, that's actually one of the things. I felt a lot of relief in my minimalism journey, having relief to be able to shop. Sometimes I'm still hesitant. There's actually a lot of videos that I actually did not publish because of this feeling. And I don't know, maybe I'll make that point forward, was I was afraid, and I'll be honest, I still am afraid to share my shoppings with you guys. I know I always preach on my channel, you know, oh, I should be an intentional shopper, or you should be an intentional shopper. And like, I am an intentional shopper, but I find that I don't know if this is just a me problem, but I find the older I get, the more private I get, and the more fearful I am of judgment. I'm afraid to share my shoppings on my YouTube channel. Like, there was a period of time where I felt like because of my minimalism break, I was like, yeah, I have permission to show that abundance. But now that I've kind of like, you know, returned to minimalism, I'm like, I still am buying things that are intentional, but I'm just afraid to show that and share that with you guys. I think I have like 4 or 5 videos that were from my minimalism break of me showing my hauls, that I was just like, I just don't want to share this with my audience. Like, this is just not the message of consumerism that I want to share. And it's just like, it's such a pity, because I genuinely truly feel that my shoppings come from a place of intention. I'm not saying that every purchase I make is a smart purchase. I definitely do make dumb purchases too. Like, I'm only human. But I just felt like I would have loved to have shared that with you guys. But I'm just so fearful of judgment. I feel like the hypocrisy kills me. I can't stand to share my hauls with you guys and then make another video talking about don't buy this and don't buy that. It's too much opposites, and like that cognitive dissonance was just killing me. So because of that, I just kind of stopped, and I was like, I figured the minimalism message would probably serve you guys better. I don't really think anyone needs to see my hauls. I felt like that wasn't really serving value to anyone, and I felt like thinking that it was serving the message of like intentional shopping. I'm like, they don't need help with shopping. Like they can do that all by themselves. They don't need me helping them with that. So because of that, I decided to keep them private. I mean, if you guys want to see them, you definitely could, and you guys would actually know what era it is. I have full long black hair in those videos, so you guys would know it's from my minimalism break. Probably see some of the dumb mistakes. I even thought about like, what if I filmed myself beside it and being like, I still have that. I don't have that. That was a good purchase. That was not a good purchase, 1 year later in hindsight. But yeah. Anyway, the last point that I want to talk about, number 5, is where am I in my minimalism journey? I'm still really happy as a minimalist. I know maybe I'm not stereotypical minimalist anymore, but like there's just so many habits that have worked out that make me really happy. Sticking to a color family, I still do that. Like, it just makes me happy. Maybe I just found my style, and so I've just kind of done that. Like, I feel so much relief not having to follow trends, just being able to follow that aesthetic. Another minimalistic thing that I like is, like, I find that I'm actually pretty happy and, like, not too much clutter, which prevents me from buying stupid knickknacks. Now that I finally have the financial means to do so, I'm just not really inclined to over purchase, because now the driver is not money anymore. The driver is like, I just don't want to take care of all these material possessions. And that has been a really interesting shift, because I never thought that would be a shift I would have. I guess I'm looking at minimalism from the perspective of finally having money has given me a new lens. It's kind of like the Buddhistic saying, like, we learn in circles. Like, we circled the mountain, like we come back to the same place but with a different perspective. I feel like I'm looking at my minimalism from a different perspective, whereas where I used to be a minimalist in med school and I didn't really have much money, to now, being financially secure and finally being able to look at my minimalism from that perspective, I'm like, it's very different. Certain habits are the same, but they feel so different because they're done for different reasons. Whereas I couldn't buy anything because, like, I had student loans, and that was really restrictive and very miserable. Now it's like I could buy whatever I want, but I'm actually really enjoying watching my money grow, and at the same time, I really don't have time to clean. When I get off work, I don't want to clean clutter. So because of that, when I'm at the mall, I'm like, that feeling of like, ooh, I want to buy that. Another thing that's also really helped me a lot is that in my minimalism break, I bought stuff and I showed it off, and I genuinely thought people were gonna like celebrate me, I guess, because like I never really had a consumerist channel. And so in that minimalism break where I showed off like my material possessions, nobody cared. Legit, nobody cared. And that was a real shocker to me. And since nobody cared and nobody was impressed, I was like, well, I can just continue on being a minimalist then, because it's like, I mean, yeah, the argument is I should have been buying those things for myself, but I mean, I'll be human. I too bought partially some of those things thinking, on the subconscious level. But anyway, my point being is I was like, I actually have a little bit of freedom to just kind of return to my minimalist ways, because really nobody was impressed by my purchases. So maybe that's one of the reasons why I've become really private with my purchases. I put them on TikTok, but I don't think that my audience is the same. My TikTok audience and my YouTube audience are not the same. Sometimes I'll bring a video over, but on TikTok, I feel like I can just be myself. Like, I can just show my purchases and not feel judged, versus on my YouTube channel, I'm like, I can't stand to show this on my channel. So I feel like I've found freedom in that, to be able to express my more consumeristic side in a non-judgmental way. I guess I've just really found that the true balance of my minimalism. So I hope that could have helped anybody else out. I know that this video was like super ranty and all over the place, but I just want to update you guys that minimalism is always changing, and it probably will continue to change. So yeah, comment down below where you are in your minimalism journey. I would love to hear it, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching. Bye.